Tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. All right, now to get us started with the introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Dan 50K E-Day.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Dana, they've rich on experience, has the strength of schedule with the rivals in this heavyweight division. Now let's see how he approaches the early portions of this round. A lot of people felt like maybe he would go for the takedown here tonight, but training under Mason has fallen in love with his striking a little bit. So it will be very interesting in terms of this stylistic challenge to see how Ige chooses to proceed. Misses with the jab there. Come on, buddy, keep your hands. How well he's had his striking on point tonight and has evidence some swelling now on his opponent.
Yeah, light swelling right now, but if he doesn't address it immediately, it'll turn to something much worse.
1-2 there by Ige.
Nice block.
Certainly showing off some good hands here. 90 seconds now to go in the round. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Huge shots being landed on both sides.
Technique is tight. Everything comes first.
misses with the right. His nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing ideal about it here in the middle of this fight. All right, there's the horn. The round is over, but not before he was cut on his nose from the strikes in that round. Back to the stool. Cut man is in. Should be able to shut that cut and prevent it from becoming an issue moving forward. But, of course, as soon as he gets struck in that next round, it could open back up. All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
Ready. Let's do it.
Round two.
So bad. Got to fight safety. Find a way that you can recover.
And a miss with the right hook. Circling towards the left. Both fighters exchange in the pocket here. Oh, super punch is good. Well, we got a lot right now, ladies and gentlemen. I think my mother just turned off the TV. But every time that area gets targeted, that cut is getting worse and closer theoretically to the end of the fight.
Yeah, it's person like this that is so good at this.
Masvidal in a real flow here, sticking and moving. Crowd is like just reacting every time he moves.
Masvidal now has the crowd eating out of his hands. One thing about Jorge that makes him so different to deal with is he never allows you to trap him. If you got him trapped and try to take down, he evades the saves.
Masvidal's blocking well now. You see the fighter raise the guard to protect that obviously damaged nose. Well, not much set up behind it. The right hook misses. Well, he's really picked up the pace here in round two. Much more aggressive. Has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing amazing jobs. Let's see who gets the job done at the end of this fight.
With shot next. Ige's eye is starting to swell shut. Oh, the Superman punch lands. Back to his feet. Oh, big hook. Final seconds of the round. Takedown defense holds up. All right, so there's the end of the round. Big story in this one now. The cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there. Should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. All right, let's check out some of the action, DC. And how about the punching acumen by that fighter in that previous round?
He does not waste anything. He does not loop punches. Everything's tight. Everything's precise. He's a sniper. We always talk about how he's a sniper. He is a sniper. And it showed in that exchange that allowed him to drop his opponent.
You ready to fight? You ready?
All right, 5 minutes to decide this one. Oh, he landed another great shot to the body there. Really started. keeps going back. Both fighters exhausted here.
Put him to sleep.
Go back! Under 3 minutes to go in the third round.
Beautiful transition.
And now Masvidal's in half guard. All right, seems as though his sole focus is attacking that cut. Man, it's getting bad now. A lot of blood flowing.
Yeah, as it should be. He should be focused on keeping that cut, making his opponent pay. He did the work. He opened up the cut. Now it's on him to continue on the path and make the ringside position. Be careful.
All right, so the fighter's able to reverse position on the ground, and now he's got the power.
Yeah, what a great job recognizing that once he got the reversal, he went right to his offense. He didn't wait, John. He did a good job of while his opponent says, oh my goodness, I lost the position. He said, no, we're not done. I'm going to get to a dominant position myself.
This is some exhausting work.
I mean, it is so tiring to be fighting in this way. So much wrestling, so much grappling. Expending all this energy trying to hold the guy down. I mean, no takedown is not fought. No reversal is not fought. Everything they're doing is fought to the very last minute before it gets given up.
Game breaking work here from the top. Let's see if he goes for a sweep to try to get back to his feet. Final 10 seconds of the fight. He gets the power about that back and forth action throughout the final minute. What a fight as we go the full 15. The official decision is now in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges scored the contest in 9:28. Declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal.
All right, so we heard it there from the venerable Bruce Buffer. Jorge Masvidal playing the long game tonight. He is your winner by decision, but really a clean performance for him, I thought.
Very clean. There's no question after who's going to get their hand raised when they walk to the center of the octagon. Masvidal fought beautifully. Finishes aren't the only thing that can be impressive.
Right.
Very impressive decision win by Gamebred.
And we will see how they proceed with him later this year. You got to think he's getting another big name. Congratulations to Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. And now our tail of the tape for this bantamweight fight. All right, now for the official introductions, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Sonya Deville. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Mario Bautista.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
this matchup certainly dovetails with some of his recent results. Now he touches him with the left. Oh, he lands a kick to the leg.
Close, he throws, he lands.
Finds his range with the jab. Man, that's a stinging jab. You can tell he's been boxing his whole life.
Yeah, over and over. He's throwing it. And he's a boxer. He's really on a different stage.
All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye and not early cut. But it's nothing to worry about too much now. But he's got to be very careful.
Big right hand lands.
This is a great fight.
Nice jab. Straight punch. Useful. Just misses with the left hook. Now he sees some visible damage on the side underneath the elbow. He told us he was going to invest in the volume. He missed a whole lot of time.
You didn't expect him to do it this effectively. He's done a fantastic job of following through. And that's the danger in the engagement there. Oh, that body shot hurt him.
Classify that as saved by the bell.
Been here before, all right? That was nothing. You're gonna go out there, stay on the outside, and take your time.
All right, so a high-level round there for him. We'll show you some of the action here, and you got to think the knockdown is going to be featured prominently here. Thought he might have had him out of there.
He thought he had him, but the guy's tough. The guy's durable. He has a fantastic chin,
Ready to fight?
but he just needs to stay the course. He does not need to be distracted. Think about this. You're winning. You're winning more.
Miss without right hand. Continues to offer up the kick here, but just misses with that one. Look at the welts all over that right thigh. Really starting to bruise now. Solid punch by him there.
Great kick to the body.
Oh, nice jab to the head there. Lands a jab. Just over 3 minutes to go now. Yadong's doing a nice job there. You saw him raise the guard to block that offering from the opponent. Don't want to sustain any more damage on that cut that has already been opened up. Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than before. This could just about do it. Leading now, nasty cut on his nose. Trying for a submission here. Oh, good technique there. He's got a jab and choke right there.
get stuck in a deep triangle.
Well, it's been a wild fight thus far. Perhaps a contender for some bonus money at Fight Zone. These guys are going to have to dig deep. They're both hurt.
They're both hurt. You expected a close fight. We did not expect a war like this, though, where both guys, from the moment they said fight, went forward, got each other's face, and just beat each other up. It's been tremendous.
Beautiful strike there as he continues to attack the Cutman has some work to do if we get to the store between rounds.
But that's why we got the best in the business. We got the best cutman in the business, and they are going to need him right now because this cut is getting worse, and it's only going to continue to get worse because he has got a killer attack.
Seconds winding down in round two. He's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape. He's just trying to move out of his position a little bit. And one sounds on round two. All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose, or so it appears from the strike in that round. Cutman getting right to work. All right, so there's the horn. He got knocked down by a punch in that round, but he is able to survive. We'll see if they can make some adjustments.
He's as tough as they come. He took that shot and he kept plodding forward. He got off of his butt. He got himself off of the canvas and tried to get right back to work. But he cannot take many more of these. You don't want to be the guy that's testing how tough that your chin is.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third and final round. All right, so here we go. The crowd on its feet as this next round gets underway. We saw in the previous round, both fighters got rocked. I don't think the scorecard's going to be needed.
No, the scorecard will not be needed. If we continue to fight as we did in the previous round, somebody...
Well, the Cutman's getting excited, but nobody... Well, that smile on his face is only going to be surpassed by the zeros on the check. A huge knockout tonight. Gotta think some bonus money's coming his way.
Bonus money is coming his way. When you knock somebody stiff like this, you expect a bonus check. What a phenomenal performance by this young man.
Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 35 seconds of the third round, declaring the winner by knockout, Sonya Deville.
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.
Our tale of the tape for this light heavyweight tilt. We go inside the octagon. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC light heavyweight champion, Yuri Deniso. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Jon Blachowicz.
Ready to fight? Ready.
This matchup seemed an eventuality. Two guys with UFC titles. Yuri Blachowicz at this stage of his career still showing fight forward.
But this fight is really respect. Even right after Prochazka became the champion, he acknowledged Jan. You are going to be my next fight. These guys have been on each other's radar for a really long time, and tonight it finally comes to fruition.
All right, some good signs early out of Jan Blachowicz, finding the range with both of his hands. That right knee has got some power. There's no doubt.
I mean, legendary Polish power. You know, it's like his calling card now. He puts people out with the right hand. It does not matter how he throws it. He can throw it as an uppercut. He can throw it as a right hook. He can throw it as a straight right hand. I mean, we have seen him knock people out with this punch on so many different ways. Straight right hand on Dominic Reyes. The guy just has amazing power in this right hand.
So Hoskin shot his head. 2 minutes have gone by.
I mean, he's cutting down the size with these beautiful leg kicks.
Nice job on the counter there. This is really a tried and true counter striker who will try to use the over-aggressiveness of his opponents against them, and that's exactly what he did there to great effect. He's on wobbly legs now. Big left hand man. Under 2 minutes to go in a back-and-forth first round here.
They're so evenly matched. They're going tit-for-tat.
56 total strikes up. Jan Blachowicz. Well, it's not always easy being a counter striker, but when you can execute the style this effectively, it really is something to behold. You'll see he'll try to draw the opponent in here yet again, and as soon as his opponent strikes, he'll try to use that wayward offense against him and get back to his countering game that really has been the big story in this one thus far. I might let you kick the inside of my leg after the show.
No.
See how that feels.
You don't want that, Jay. You do not want that. No one wants that. Can't take too many of those strikes.
5 seconds to round one. Sounds means we have reached the end of round one. All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round, and that is one of the best 5-minute stanzas you will ever see from a fighter. Rocked him multiple times, unable to get him out of there, but came pretty darn close.
He did come close to finishing the fight, but he didn't get it done. Now, it will be on him to try and stay patient, try to find the kill shot without overextending himself and putting himself in trouble.
All right, there's the end of the round, so it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands. His opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking around. Your opponent staggering back to his corner. That he can get it back together before the start of the next round.
There's his jab. Well, not a fighting and blow there, but certainly some right-hand power out of Jan Blachowicz.
Jan Blachowicz. He's hurt bad.
Watch that open up around his eye. We send it inside the octagon once more. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 45 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Yuri Denisa Prochazka.
Everything about this guy is watchable, right? Even after the fact, a big knockout for Yuri Prochazka here tonight, and this kid's just getting started, Chief.
He's so fun. I mean, everything about Yuri kind of draws you in, from his personality to his fighting style. And wins like that will only make people more interested in watching Yuri Prochazka compete.
And now our tail of the tape for this lightweight scrap. We send it inside the octagon. We find Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Rafael And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC lightweight champion, Rafael dos Anjos.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
So here's the former UFC lightweight champion, Rafael dos Anjos, a welterweight now. He's got a lot of 5-round fights. He's got a lot of UFC experience, and he's got a lot of pop in both hands. He knows how to kicking game, plus submission skills as well, but figures to have some opportunities to use his power in this matchup tonight.
There's that jab.
Keep that pressure high now.
Nice power there with the left hook upstairs. Right hook to the head blocks. Dos Anjos gets caught with that punch. Got to shore up the defense. Single collar tie there. 3 cross the midpoint in round 1. All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the water, and now his opponent's back in the fight.
I mean, blood's in the water. You gotta go and get it. You gotta go find the finish. You cannot let him off the hook like that, because now he will be motivated to try to go and hurt you as you hurt him. Nice punch there. These boys stand right in front of each other, just kind of going at it.
Dos Anjos not having it. And he lands a kick to the leg now. He can bring that in tonight by Kazid. 1 minute to go in the round. sustained in that round. Certainly better to be below than above the eye, but the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. All right, so a big knockdown for him, courtesy of that punch in that round. DC, here's your replay.
Big moment in the previous round. They were both fighting very well, but when he landed this punch right here that sits his opponent down, it showed that the power is not equal, and if he can land, he does have the ability to damage it.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Round two. Dos Anjos gets up with extra punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight. Dos Anjos hits with the left hand. Good straight hand there by Dos Anjos. Looking to land the leg kick now. Dos Anjos is striking like sharp here as he lands the punch there, DC. Jason Carrillo doing a lot of good work there with RBA in Southern California. Nice right punch. Dos Anjos is pretty swollen now in that jaw area. It doesn't appear to be affecting him all that much, but he's absorbed a lot of strikes to the head. Got to figure out a way to raise the guard and be more defensively sound. Down to 3 minutes now to go in the round. He was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. The seems now appears to be closing up by the second.
Big inside kick.
Well, body language is a great indicator, and that is one confident man right there after a big knockdown in the previous round.
He did everything right to secure that knockdown. Oh, straight back. Got grabbed.
Swing and a miss by Fiziev. Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with it. Just could do it. Right on. Back to his feet. Oh, he lands a massive kick here. 20 seconds left.
Ooh, big shot land.
Dos Anjos' nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though his outside one goes upwards from his opponent. 2 rounds in the books. All right, so the round is over, and you see the cut man not wasting any time as the fighter makes his way back to the stool. The cut man will try to shut that cut on the bridge of his nose and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Well, just as he did the previous round, he continues to connect on a high volume of strikes. And a good sign, too, doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. Solid inside leg kick there for Dos Anjos. Blocks the shot. All right, so we go down the stretch. He is clearly losing this fight, and at this point, you just abandon position and go for submission.
Yeah, you gotta just go. You gotta start throwing things at the wall.
Dos Santos going for the body kick there, but he misses. No setup whatsoever there. And back to his feet. Well, I think I can smell the blood at this point in time. That canvas didn't look like that if you're fighting. Well, at this point, DC, I'm not sure if he's just biding his time or just trying to get some extra.
Some decisions are different than others, and his striking really did separate him from the competition. He fought so well in the stand-up game that he should get a very easy decision.
All right, the official decision is in. It resides with the venerable Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Rafael Alamán.
All right, judges did have to get involved, but Daniel, overall, I thought a dominant performance for the kickboxer against the BJJ fighter. How'd you score?
Beat him up,
Yeah.
30-27.
Yeah.
No question. You know, sometimes we sit there next to each other kind of shrugging our shoulders. You won.
Right, right.
Well, not this time. Kickboxer won. No question about it.
And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. Now for the official introductions, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Sugar Sean O'Malley. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, El Pantera Rodriguez.
Ready to fight? Ready. Good.
Well, what a highlight reel already put together by Mexican featherweight contender Yair Rodriguez. You may remember the knockout of Andre Fili by flying head kick, stopped BJ Penn early in 2017. A lot of people think we are staring at a future UFC champion. They'll try to entertain the masses yet again tonight. Oh, big knee to the body. How did he get that one? Who's the last man standing? And there's that kicking game from Yair Rodriguez on full display early in this fight.
Hey, Yair Rodriguez is a beast, and you know when you watch him, when you're going into the octagon, you got to always be on high alert because he can hit you from anywhere. And a lot of times, times it comes from those kicks, those very diverse, scary, dangerous, challenging to...
Oh, he is hurting for certain. To go.
Hands higher, hands higher. Good work, guys, come on.
How good is that jab by Rodriguez? Both sides in that exchange. Nice job to block the kick. Strikes have now landed for Yair Rodriguez.
Relax, relax. Keep your hands up for me now.
9 seconds left in round one.
Came into right there. Wow. It was a good night if that landed.
Well, he misses with the left punch there. Oh, that's a heavy kick downstairs. His forehead is bleeding now. Cut is open. Well, he rocked him, but couldn't finish it.
He robbed him, hurt him bad. He could find that one shot to close the door. Could not keep the lights off. And now, Taz tries to find that shot again.
All right, here, final seconds of round one. Well, who's next? All right, heading back to the corner, and O'Malley's bleeding from the forehead here a bit. Hopefully they can get that under control so it doesn't trickle down into his eyes in the next round. All right, back to the stools between rounds, and I guess nothing a little Botox can't fix, but let us show you the replay and ultimately the strike that caused that significant damage to his forehead.
I mean, his forehead. You don't see it very often. But even when BJ Penn kicked Diego Sanchez, the damage and the blood that flies off the head whenever you get a head kick to the head, it's very difficult to deal with or get a cut. He's got to change his approach now to really protect himself.
Yeah, it doesn't appear to be compromising the vision as yet, but he'll need to protect himself so it doesn't get worse here in the next round. All right, next round is down underway. The action continues at a high level. Pretty good first 5 minutes.
Pretty good first 5 minutes. Both of them are really picking up. Let's see who decides they're going to lead the dance as we go forward.
So Rodriguez continues to manage distance beautifully tonight. He's got his kick going.
Yair uses those kicks to not only brutalize you, but to maintain space. He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's really improved in the kicking game will always be what defines Yair.
Tried to go to the body, but unable to connect.
Big shot to the head.
Under 3 minutes now to go in the round. Rodriguez is caught above the eye. Oh, with authority, the body.
Nice jab there by O'Malley.
Head kick, that's a miss. Well, DC kind of just playing with him at this point, right? You'd think he's got to go in and just get him out of there.
Well, he's trying.
too. Took him a while to find the range. As soon as he absorbs a strike this next round, that thing could reopen. Certainly bears watching here moving forward. All right, so there's the end of the round, and on one side, thrill, on the other, agony after that knockdown.
Yeah, he was able to really damage him with that boot punch. You see the hands, the speed, how sharp he is, how technical he is. It allows him to land in spots where his opponent is swinging punches. Great strike landed, great punch landed to put his opponent down.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Right there.
His cardio is great right now. He still seems fresh. He seems like he can fight 2 more rounds if he needs to.
Inside leg kick is there by Sean O'Malley. Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3.
What a kick that one landed.
Straight right hand. Now he's taking aim at that cut right now. A strong decision by him to land strikes on an area that he has already done significant damage on. All right, well, it's late in the fight. Time is of the essence, and when you're clearly losing and you know you need a finish, risk management goes out the window.
Oh, yeah. No more risk management. Either get knocked out.
With a huge knockout tonight.
Oh, my goodness.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 3 seconds of the 3rd round, declaring the winner by knockout, Sugar Sean O'Malley.
So Sugar Sean O'Malley gets it done yet again tonight as we congratulate the fighter and his MMA Lab teammates. He had some doubters coming in here tonight, Joe, but once again, Sean O'Malley is able to silence all his naysayers and produce on the biggest of stages. Congratulations to the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley. tale of the tape for this lightweight scrap. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Renato Moicano! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Dustin the Diamond Poirier!
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
All right, so here's the former UFC interim lightweight champion, Dustin Poirier, the future Hall of Famer, believed he would have a decided striking advantage in this matchup. We'll see if he can get the hands going here early in this round. Nice combination there. He is just showing you.
Body shot, kick, what a masterful show of different techniques. Got the finish.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway.
Oh,
proposition for the opponent now here in round 2. All right, so now we start to see some bruising appearing on the torso, and all of that courtesy of the body work of his opponent.
Just the wherewithal to go to the body and the discipline to stay with that approach. I mean,
Offensive fighter bails on the submission.
very smart. You gotta keep position over submission.
All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Poirier getting work here from the top. You don't want to take too many more of these ground and pound strikes.
Oh, he got this spot.
Postures up and lands a brutal strike to the head. Comes right back to the full mount. Under a minute. Now to go in round 2. Poirier's in after. Well, not exactly what we thought we would see out of this jiu-jitsu fighter. He's had a lot of success on the feet. I think this is why sometimes the form can lie if you lean too heavily in it.
Absolutely. I mean, you think you're coming in here to fight a grappler. This guy looks like a boxer tonight. His hands have looked crispy. His kicks, everything that he is doing has worked. And I think this is a couple of you to the fact that you think he's trying to take you down, when in reality, this guy can fight everywhere.
10 minutes in the books. Wow, what a round it was. There's the horn. 2 knockdowns. Certainly a 10-8 is plausible. We'll see if his opponent can make some adjustments here. It's going to be tough.
J.A., I thought it was over.
Yeah.
I thought it was over. I was yelling, it's over, it's over. After the first knockdown, dude gets up and gets knocked down again. He understands now he has a very tough competitor in front of him, but he needs to stay patient, go find another big shot, be confident in knowing that eventually the finish is going to come.
All right, well, the crowd enjoyed those 5 minutes. DC, take us through some of the highlights from that previous round.
Face punching at its best. He loaded it up, he threw it straight, threw it long, and over,
Ready,
that
fight?
punch found the
Ready.
target. It allowed him to really dictate the face.
Previous round, continuing to land a high number of strikes here, and he hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down. Scary proposition for the opponent. Oh, nice jab there by Moicano. Head kick attempt, it's blocked. Well, no feeling out process tonight. Both fighters invoking damage on the other side.
Yeah, we knew this would be very competitive. We knew that this was a tough fight. We knew that both guys...
Pass the guard here, but a nice job by the bottom fighter defensively.
Bottom fighter did a fantastic job with his hips, making sure he blocked any attempt to get past his guard. Big punch lands from the middle.
Get back to his feet yet again. Oh, but not a good look for the judges here. Look how wobbly. Really late in the fight now, DC. Here's Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest. 2 minutes, 30 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Dustin the Diamond Poirier.
All right, so just as he had articulated in our fighter meeting, Dustin Poirier wanted to get aggressive tonight. And certainly that approach produces the desired result as he wins by knockout.
That aggression paid off. He was able to go out there and take some chances, take some risks, and he got the knockout finish.
And now our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Cain Velasquez! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Quinton Rampage Jackson!
Ready. Ready. Let's do it.
The first Mexican American to win a major pro heavyweight title in MMA or boxing history. Timely defense there. Huge block for him. Takedown defense holds up. Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Pretty strong jab there by Velasquez. Takedown defense is there. Oh, nice straight punch there. Must be nice to 2 minutes now to go.
Not being just defensive, but offensive off of his back. Great punch line.
Really doing a nice job getting these shots home on the ground. Man, he's killing it on the ground. Another strike gets through. Oh, the ground and pound strikes continue to rain down. The opponent better move out of harm's way. The referees can stop this.
He better start to move, and when his opponent starts to posture, he needs to put his feet on the hips, away, try to escape. It's very, very dangerous position. Yes, smart adjustment, yep.
Nice positional control here. All right, so there it is again. He's been very efficient with his ground and pound striking game team.
And now they're starting to pile. He's starting to pile them together. Punch after punch starts to land from the top position.
Final seconds. Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. Nicely done. Second round straight ahead.
Great job out there. That was target practice for you. Your striking looks amazing. You almost had him down last time. Let's go out there. Let's keep the pressure on.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. A stunner there with the head strike midway through. Nearly got him out of there for good.
Almost got him out of there. He hurt him badly. He had his opponent hurt real bad. Now his opponent's walking back to his corner. Everybody looks confused. They don't know what they're supposed to do to try to change the way that this fight is going.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Second round underway. Through there. Sometimes I watch this boxer stuff shots, and it seems like he's been wrestling his whole life.
Well, that's the first thing you have to do when you come into this.
Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock the guy
You gotta go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and kick him out. He's right for the picking. Go for the fruit.
Lights out control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Well, this is a tough fighter to buck off. Very good pressure and work here by Velasquez. Just over 2 minutes to go. All right, north-south position now. We'll see how he chooses to proceed. Beautiful movement, hip work on the ground here just outside. Oh, it looks like an arm triangle attack. Ooh, this could be it. That thing is tight.
That arm triangle is deep. No, it's tight, but not tight enough to finish him. It's over.
Under a minute to go in round two. Velasquez right back to the former.
Gotta be very careful there.
Ooh, and he lands a brutal strike to the head.
Another. I mean, he cannot miss from the top position.
Need you to fight back.
All right, so look at that. A cut has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over into that area, and now he's dealing with it.
cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure, but nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward. All right, so back to the stools we go. They say defense wins championships, and he has not defended well tonight.
He isn't trying, or at least it doesn't seem like he's trying. He's got to move his head. He's trying to react when the punch is already coming, and that's not working. If he takes many more of these shots, this fight is going to be stopped due to the swing.
So here we go, 5 minutes remain in the fight. Big power shot there.
Oh, that's a nice strike.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body here, really starting to connect on a lot of strikes to the midsection here in the latter stages of this fight.
Great job moving into his opponent and getting to that single collar.
Back to his feet. Holding on to him here, not really doing too much, but that's just looking to the power. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. Now he gets a more dominant position with the underhook.
He is going to start to drive these over and over. He's got to be careful.
Velasquez nose is bleeding now, so we'll see how he handles that adversity, but nothing I can about here in the middle of this fight.
If you're going to go out on your shield. If you're going out, go out on your shield. Don't just walk backwards. Go forward. Make him fight you.
2 minutes now to go in the fight. Yes, this is nice transition there and showing us the fight IQ. He was getting touched up on the feet, takes the fight to the ground. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control.
Beautiful ground and pound. And now he's got his opponent down.
1 minute to decide this round. Well, this is exactly what you like to see. Nice combination of ground and pound punches. Outstanding pressure and activity by Velasquez. Well, champ, I don't see that well, but it's hard to miss the redness underneath that elbow. A lot of bodily investment from his opponent tonight.
Yeah, it's an investment, John. It may not pay dividends right now, but the more you go there, the more damage you do.
About as long as it played out, and we will need the judges' scorecards. Tremendous back and forth affair tonight. Well, don't leave it in the judges' hands. A little bit easier said than done. Competitive, close fight. You got to lean either way.
I mean, it is horrible when you walk back to the center of the octagon not knowing exactly who won the fight. I thought he won a lot of the striking exchanges, but it wasn't very clear. So it'll be interesting to see who gets the decision.
The official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores this contest 29-28, Velasquez. Judge 2 scores it 9-28, Jackson. And Judge 3 scores it 9-28 for the winner by split decision, Quinton Rampage Jackson!
So there it is. 2 of the 3 judges saw it his way. He gets it done by split decision. You've never won a split decision in your career.
Well, I won a split decision. Alexander Gustafsson and while I went to a split decision. Right after the first scorecard was read in his way, I almost panicked because I was like, oh my goodness, it's over. So I understand exactly what these 2 guys are feeling when they went to the center of the octagon.
And now our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. All right, now to get us started, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Diego Lopez.
Ready to fight? Ready. Let's do it.
Rapid rise to UFC prominence for the Liverpudlian Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. Standing capacity crowds when he fights. And as far as this matchup is concerned, I didn't feel like he might be up against it. Pimblett does not want to hear that noise. He said if the fight goes to the ground, I am a much more willing living rapper than any of you realize. And of course, if the fight's on the field. Nice job by the defensive player.
I give one, I take one. You give one, you take one. That's how this fight is being played out.
Well, good news is he rocked, and bad news is he wasn't able to finish the job. And now his opponent's
Very often, you got to take full advantage of them when they're presented to you.
oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautifully done by Paddy Pimblett. Whiffs on the right hand. Effective use of the jab there by Pimblett. Has the hand kick against flush.
You better give those hands up or you're going to put them to sleep.
Pimblett's bleeding from the mouth now. A cut there on his lip. That doesn't look like fun.
Tries to take off the leg. Oh, nice takedown defense. Look at how he drives right in the color midsection.
And just misses with that big right hand.
Guillotine jump. He's getting very close to finishing this fight. It's a fight now. Who's going to win this position? Wow, that is great submission defense.
Seconds winding down in the opening round. And there's the way the round is over. You see there's a cut above his eyes, sustained in that round. And now the cut man comes in. He'll have 60 seconds to try to close it up and prevent it from becoming a factor here moving forward. All right, we will now re-rack some of the highlights for you from that previous round. We'll try to find the shot that caused the cut above his eye that is now leaking significantly down and compromising his vision.
Yep, there it is. The one that landed, that really opened him up. That cut is in a bad spot.
Yeah.
Right over the eye. So that blood starts to leak down. It starts to really impair the vision.
Ready to fight?
It's going to be on his opponent to try and circle away from the power while not going in. Circle away from the power to allow him to adjust.
Yeah, still plenty of time with which to run. Keep a close eye on that cut. Next round is not over. He's pretty good power.
Yeah, it wasn't until that but you did see time. They came together and you saw the skill level of these two players.
Oh, that left thigh now really starting to swell. face here, and as a result, really using his physicality to his advantage now.
He lifted up the neck and snuck his arm underneath to try to get a choke.
Oh, looks like he might get the finish here.
This has to be it. It's got to be it.
Oh, he's
He did a great job. He attacked a lot. He got pressure forward and off to the side, rolled to his back to relieve that pressure. Nice defense. And now he's inside the choke. Now he's going to throw him out. This is a terrible position.
Oh, nice movement to avoid that strike coming down. Matty Trimlet getting ripped from the top here. These ground and pound strikes very effective. Let's see if he tries to work his way back to his feet. Oh, compromising spot here. Triangle choke is locked in.
It's tight. Over. Over.
So what a win for him here tonight. He gets it done and gets it done by way of submission. He told us this week, I gotta keep these judges out of it. Mission accomplished.
Absolutely. He is a phenomenal grappler. He said that he held the advantage there and that would show itself in the fight. He proved that and he gets a submission victory. Amazing.
The venerable Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 12 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out, Diego
All right, so there he is, all smiles and rightfully so after he gets the job done by submission tonight. You told me off the air before the fight that he was going to submit him, and that's exactly what happened, man.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. And his opponent is known to lay in the guard. He made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
And now our fill the tape for this lightweight scrap. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Murad the Machine And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC bantamweight champion, Aljamain Punkmaster Sterling.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
It's usually all offense all the time out of Murad Sterling, the George and the team so along those stages. This round gets underway. You gotta think he's gonna go to the takedown early and often. He doesn't get discouraged when the opposition gets back up. Chains his takedowns together as good as anyone in this bantamweight division. And he believes that will be the path of least resistance. Head kick is there. Shots being landed on both sides here. Oh, beautiful jab there by George. Entering this action as expected so far. That guillotine is tight. Now looking for the submission now. Back and forth we go.
Back and forth. These guys are fighting. This guy is so aware. He never leaves anything long to allow for himself to get set.
Oh, that arm triangle's wicked tight.
He's starting to get him in very deep. Great job maintaining positions over submission. Very smart. Great fight IQ.
Can't finish soon. Looks like a Darce choke. Just as the horn sounded, safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So, back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're going to fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up. All right, that horn signifies the end of the round. Let's take us through some replays, champ.
And the replays are going to be kicks. That's the story of this fight to this point. He is landing these kicks at will, just driving his shin into his opponent's legs, and it's really starting to slow him down.
Ready. Ready. Good.
Strong defense there to block the shot. Nice instincts. All right, talk to me, champ. He's got great submission skills, good offensive wrestling. He hasn't so much as even shot for a takedown.
I think he's stuck. He's stuck in between. He's good wrestling, but he's not great wrestling. He's great once the fight hits the ground, and he is unsure of how to get it there.
Judo throw there to take him down. High praise, I would think, from the Olympian, DC. Nicely done.
I mean, it was beautiful. The way that he stepped across, got his hips in and started driving into his opponent. What a phenomenal technique. Great position. Great knowledge of how to manipulate someone. Look at that. Go to finish.
Ooh, arms in tight.
This has got to be a third submission.
Good work, guys.
Submission, beat that to get down.
It looked like the fight was over. He was able to clear his head, put the guy into the mount. Not a great position, but much better than getting his arm stopped with half the arm. On the back, that is a rock.
Wallace Willie's in half guard now. All right, he's got side control here, DC. You know, he's got a lot of different submissions in his arsenal once this fight gets to the ground. Takes his back now. Well, the ground and pound is there once again. Strong work here by Wallace Willie. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighters than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler's stand-up. Get to your knee. You're going to start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack your arm triangle. Use the push me over to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes to the finish. Watch his chest go to the mat. He goes back.
He was good. He was good.
Down towards the back.
And you just spilled your popcorn all over the broadcast tape.
John, you know I love
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Wallace Willie. Now inside the closed door.
and he's going to try to find ways to
Striking is unbelievable. You're mixing it up perfectly. I love what you're doing with the kicks. Keep those going. He's slowing down.
All right, so for one fighter, the round mercifully comes to an end as we look back at some of the action. What a display of ground and pound.
It's his calling card. It's exactly what he's known for. He's known as a brutal ground and pound fighter, and he showed you just then why he's known as that in the MMA sphere. He's the guy that if he gets you down, he will dominate you with positioning and brutal, nasty ground and pound.
Yeah.
Well, we wondered earlier why he was getting body strikes. He's making up for lost time here. Shot to the body connects, and that bears watching. That's going to hurt this opponent. All right, so now blood is a factor. You see that he has been opened up in that eye area.
Yeah, he's got hit in the eye.
gets another ground strike there. Setting up a sub here.
Oh, he's getting deep. Oh, now he's in trouble.
Well, everybody in this arena still digesting this result. What a win for him tonight, and he gets it done by submission, no less.
He said he was going to get it done by submission. To watch an athlete call the shot is always fun. He should be very proud.
All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled. He's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
All right, the official decision is in. Here once more, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 39 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by submission due to an armbar, Marab, the Machine, Wally Strowland.
Well, the celebration is on in his corner, and hard to blame these guys, sort of waiting to exhale, get a huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they had in front of them. They knew how tough a competitor his opponent was, but they also knew that if they could get this fight to the ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he loves the most.
Certainly subscribes to this theory that it is going to be at 170 pounds. He has had so many big wins and finishes in this division. Tim Means, Alex Calderon Oliveira, Santiago Ponzinibbio, a brutal knockout in Miami, Michael Chiesa. Kevin Holland has had a penchant for putting the very best fighters in the world away. The upkick on Jacare Souza. Now we find out if Kevin Holland can pass this test, and it's one step closer to world title contention.
This fight is yours. They got nothing on you.
Defended it in a ton of crazy fights, knocking out Paul Dameron, knocking out Marius Solomskis, and then coming back to the UFC and getting wins over BJ Penn fighting St. Pierre, and then also sharing the octagon with Anderson Silva. So it was only big fights for Nick Diaz because he was such a star and such a draw.
And sometimes people lose sight of just how good he was in his prime. 2008 to 2011, Nick Diaz won 11 consecutive fights. Meal of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. This fight is 5 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Kevin the Trailblazer Holland. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Nick Diaz.
The veteran Herbert
Ready,
Dino
fight.
referee for this one.
Ready. Good.
Oh, how good is it to see Nick Diaz, the pride of the 209, back in the octagon tonight? Unfortunately, inactivity has become part of the narrative, and there's no denying when Nick Diaz competes in his must-see television, he's always fighting one of the better fighters in the world, more often than not. Again, he's looking for that box. It's not there. Bang as the high kick lands. Nice hook lands. Sides with conviction. Good series of punches by him there. He has certainly had no trouble finding the range tonight.
He is finding the target with everything he throws. He's mixing it up beautifully. Oh, he did a great job of rotating it into an underhook.
Snapping out that jab.
It's a beautiful jab with meaning.
Huge block there. Just misses with the left hook. Less than a minute to go now in our opening round. Now the rounds are on both sides. Tags him with the straight. Nice job there by Diaz. Oh, lands another pinpoint strike there. And no surprise to see the scoring upstairs get worse.
That accuracy, man. This guy is so good at finding his target. Now, he's got a big old marker on the guy's face to try and hit. You have got a smart guy. You have got to move your head, or he's going to see.
5 minutes in the books. All right, there's the horn, and what a round it was for him, DC. And look at him walking back to that point. He's feeling himself.
Oh, he's feeling himself. Look at his coaches. They're all celebrating because they know that if they stay the course, if they do the exact same thing, they may be able to find the finish this time.
All right, so there's the horn signifying the end of the round. We had a knockdown there, but not a knockout.
No, it wasn't a knockout, but you can't take those shots. That big punch landed, and it sat him down. If he gets hit with another one of those, it might be good night, Irene.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, second round underway. Well, he's got the longer reach, and he certainly showed it there in landing that straight punch.
Beautiful kick to the body.
Oh, he lands another straight to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds.
Oh, back and forth we go.
Oh, he tags him with the straight hand there. Nice job by Diaz. position. Huge pop from the crowd as the fighters get back up to their feet. I mean, you and I love a good grappling match, but these fighters are
Fans came to see them knock each other out next to their game. All the grappling was beautiful to watch, Sean. But ultimately, it is the strikers that now show.
Man, that is loud. Another strike lands for the kickboxer. He really found that flow state.
Really early. And when this guy gets into his groove, he is hella real. And right now he's showing why he is such a high-level, high-regarded kickboxer. He is outclassing himself.
Nose is bleeding now. Yes, looks as though he got cut by one of those offerings from his opponent.
Gets in close and gets that single collar.
Well, he blocked that one.
Right into the takedown.
Submission locked in.
He's going hard, trying to get the heel hook to kick out.
There's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the fell. So back to the stool. Mentally, probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this one. All right, as they attend to the damaged fighter, we will reback some replays for you. A lot of damaging strikes landed by the opposition in that previous round.
Well, him just not really paying attention on the defensive side has made his opponent look like an absolute world beater. He's a good fighter, but he has never looked this good. And that is partly because his opponent is not defending.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Third round underway. Diaz gets hit by that leg kick. Do they want to start checking some of these? Opportunities.
I mean, you can't waste these opportunities. You don't get them as often as you'd like. So when you get a guy hurt, you got to find a way to finish the fight.
Collins blocking the ground. I mean, you got to be kidding me with that knockout. If that is not the #1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure what would top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
We send it inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 12 seconds of the third round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Nick Diaz!
Well, he certainly hasn't been the most active fighter on the roster, but when he does compete, Nick Diaz still gets the job done, so congratulations to Diaz, to the Cesar Gracie fight team, the Scrap Pack, and everybody else. Another signature win for Nick Diaz here tonight, and this 209 tattoo looking pretty good right now. UFC featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, and he continues to add layers and wrinkles to his game. Absolutely incredible, all he has accomplished thus far.
He's a tremendous fighter. And John, you look at his style and you think to yourself, this would translate weight classes, pound for pound. That's the definition. He is pound for pound. And that was on full display when he just dismantled the great Max Holloway. But tonight in front of him, he has a very different challenge. It's not a guy he's seen before. He's got a formulated plan inside the octagon. If anybody can do that, it's Alexander Volkanovski.
And one thing that has been key to his success, he's just never been flat on fighting.
Never.
Always seems to have his best. We'll see if he has it all going here tonight. So Islam Makhachev getting back on the proven ground here tonight, putting his undisputed UFC lightweight championship on the line. So much to love about this man's mixed martial arts acumen, his fight IQ, and you got to think it's going to take the very best out of his opponent to wrestle back to welterweight.
Anyone that hopes to beat Makhachev has to be on their game. Your wrestling's got to be on point. Your striking's got to be on point. But more than anything, you have to have a steel mind. You cannot break in front of Makhachev because he will then control you. This guy is a champion for a reason. And as you have seen time and time again, Hasbulla joins the Dagestanis in the octagon.
Perhaps that's an X factor tonight. The great Hasbulla in the corner of Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev has graced the octagon. He's ready to go.
Of the tape for this lightweight championship fight.
Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Lightweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And now, introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Islam Makhachev.
Referee Herb
Right,
Dean
right.
will handle the action
Right.
in the octagon.
Good.
Here we go, second meeting. Alexander Volkanovski and Islam Makhachev. First fight, UFC 284. Went to Makhachev. Hotly contested by some. You and I both thought Islam won. We'll see if Volkanovski can.
Volkanovski is probably the most powerful fighter in the world. His ability to improve between fights is not like anything I've ever seen before. But in the matchup with Makhachev the first time, we saw that Islam can stand with Volkanovski without being successful getting takedown. But he's got to be better tonight if he wants to win again. As I said, Volkanovski continues to improve. You got to be careful here. In the half guard.
If you're the bottom fighter, DC, what do?
You got to move, you got to shrimp, you got to get up on a hip to try to move your opponent off of you or pull him down to close the space.
Drops inside that closed guard, DC.
Full guard. Let's see how patient he is as he attacks.
All right, so some high-level stuff there on the ground, but as they make their way back to the field, huge response on the ground.
I love all the graphics, but fight fans want to see striking, and that's exactly what they're going to
2 minutes to go here in round one. Oh, wow. Roundhouse kick. All right, so he lands his first takedown after many failed attempts, so he stayed committed. Now he has the fight in his wheelhouse. Let's see what he can do. Arm triangle attempt here.
Nice arm triangle setup.
Oh, looks like he's got that arm pulling the triangle now.
Need to work. Let's stand this up. Let's work.
He was able to create enough space to get his chest back flat on the mat and defend that arm triangle. Unbelievable.
This could be the beginning of the end. 45. Postures up now and landed the vicious head strike. 20 seconds to go in round one. Final seconds of round one. Well, he's on his back, but he's moving his head on the ground pretty well. That hold sounds means we have reached the end of round one.
Relax. Breathe. Okay? You got to suck it up this round. You're not tired. I want you to go out there and I want you to get this takedown.
Well, what a round it was, especially from a striking standpoint. DC, take us through.
High-level striking. I mean, this is what people come through the doors to see. Two men stand on a quarter, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, and let it all fly. I'm surprised nobody went out, but it does excite me for the next round.
You ready? You ready?
Here we are, round two.
Great time there. And got the tape.
Oh, trying to pass here, but Dikembe Mutombo style, he gets denied.
Block! Great job blocking that pass by the bottom fighter. He passes to half guard.
Inside of closed guard now.
I mean, he went right into his full guard. What does he do to try to advance himself to give him more of an advantage on the mat? And there you go again, half guard. Now he's going to find himself in a little more danger.
Going for a choke here, this could be tough.
Only going to eliminate the choke. And now that he's got the choke on beating the neck, it's only a matter of time before his opponent has to tap.
Trying to get under the chin.
Let's work. Come on. Let's stand it up. Let's work.
Push the elbow, release the pressure, and turn him back down to the mat. Great job and great submission defense by this young man. Now he's got good body position, yup.
Oh, the ground and pound is coming. Good movement to avoid some of that power coming back. Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Islam Makhachev. These ground strikes really started to add up. There's another one. Oh, outstanding combination of ground and pound punches here by Islam Makhachev. Lands a big elbow there. Makhavchev's in after.
Great job landing strike from the back. This is where he wants to be.
Well, good dexterity and movement here on the ground to avoid any further damage, courtesy of that ground and pound. Nice job off of his back by Volkanovski. Going for the arm here. Oh, he's got that arm tight now.
Starting to get it in there deep.
Oh, he's got a strong grip on that arm.
He
Oh, no.
starts to extend the elbow. Oh, look at the fight. He's not going to quit on this.
Oh, so how about that position over submission as he bails on the
Work,
side?
guys. Come
I
on.
think that's a great job. You've got to make sure you don't end up in a worse position because you're trying to score a submission.
15 seconds remain in the round. Round three coming up next. some of the action from that previous round, DC. How about just the efficiency when it comes to the ground and pound game?
He was able to throw at the right time, secure at the right time. He wasted no action. For me, this is the most exciting type of fight. A guy that is just dominating his opponent, really, truly putting the grind on his opponent from the top position.
Ready.
Three of the possible five. The single leg takedown. Nice strike from bottom position. Well, he is grounding, he is pounding, and now he's working the body to great effect. Nice job, Cyborg. Working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Volkanovs. His ground and pound is on full display here tonight. Man, how fun is this to watch as he continues to dole out damage with the ground and pound?
Take it back to the days of guys like Mark Coleman, just beating people up. This guy is a throwback fighter. He's very fun to watch.
Yeah, the Godfather would be proud. Certainly capitalized to get the tap here tonight. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
He was able to get the fight to the ground exactly where he wanted it. Eventually, his opponent gave him an opportunity to get a submission. He did that, and he should be very proud of the work he did tonight in the octagon.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 50 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by tap out, and still the undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Islam Makhachev.
All right, so there he is, and still UFC lightweight champion at 155 pounds. That's saying something, right? A murderer's row of contenders, and the #1 contender, no match for the champion.
For a long time, we talked about 155 as the toughest division in the entire UFC. Tonight he showed why he is the champion, he's been the champion, and he will stay the UFC lightweight champion.